Alright, welcome back to episode 5 of What If Various Countries Formed an Empire? Is this now a new intro? Anyway, today, as you can see, we're going to be doing Portugal. No, we're doing India. Damn it. India. There we go. I'm stupid, apparently. Anyway, I'm trying to find some colours, because I didn't think about that. I'm not exactly a quick guy. So, for the Indian allies, we're going to be colouring them this colour. I don't think you're going to become an Indian ally, mate. And for their puppets, this colour. I don't know if there's going to be many puppets. Anyway, India wants to form an empire. Their capital's somewhere over here. It's New Delhi. It's on the Sindh Plain, I think. Rivers from the Himalayas. Unfortunately, the Himalayas is basically all this, so that's not good. And there's a load of mountains over here, so I mean, you could literally be anywhere. Anyway, India is going to start off their empire by making some unions. These unions consist of Nepal and Bhutan. Great stuff. I mean, you've got to start somewhere. And these guys are somewhere. Mostly in the mountains, however. You do have a load of Sherpas, though. And I mean, like, Sherpas. Sherpas are really cool, because, like, they sound like they're, like, superhuman or something. Just like, yeah. So, like, climbing Everest, they just bring in a load of Sherpas because they're so adapted to climbing up Himalayan mountains and whatever. They're just, like, better than everyone else. I mean, that's kind of cool, to be honest. They're just good at climbing mountains. Anyway, who cares? India also owns these islands, which are for some reason, always brown on this map. I'm unsure about that. Also on this map, every single time, I know we're not going to go over to Lithuania today, probably. Yeah, we just have Kaliningrad with a 1 pixel wrong. Anyway, the next Indian invasion will be into Bangladesh, because they want Bengal back. They want everything back. Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Pakistan. This is the main one. This is their enemy. Pakistan. Yeah. They need to take out them. That is the aim for this video. India defeats Pakistan. However, yeah, we're invading Bangladesh at the moment. So, India will pretty quickly be able to take these bits. How about we actually just don't do something? There we go. Right, so India's going to take those bits, and they're going to continue along the coast. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of people in Bangladesh. So it'll probably be harder. However, they take Dhaka, and they just move in. I mean, they surround them on all sides, so I don't care. Anyway, Sri Lanka can probably see the correlation and understand what's going to happen next. So they probably did reach out to China for, like, help. However, I don't care. And India invade Sri Lanka, take Colombo, and they win. Colombo? I think I'm just stupid. Tell you what. Next up on India's Raj list is reforming the Raj. Kind of. It's Myanmar. Yeah, I don't know what Myanmar's capital is, but I feel like it's somewhere over here. So we're gonna say it is Colombo's over here. So yeah, India's going to set out to invade Myanmar. Only problem with invading Myanmar is it's jungly. Only problem with that, I don't care, because I want to make this video entertaining. So they move down the coast. They do not care about all the stuff that's going on here. I know there's like some Islamic group thing that is being oppressed in Myanmar. I do care. I don't want to say I don't care. I know there's a lot of jungles as well. Want jungles, and probably mountains. You got like Yunnan mountains over here, don't you? Anyway, India's going to separate off this bit, which kind of hurts the rest of them. So from there, they just kind of work on the guerrilla jungle guys, the guerrilla fighting that's happening in the jungles. So they move in from the weird desert of Arago or something, I don't know. A strange desert. There's a desert over here, I think. There's a desert somewhere in India, that's what Simon Reeve told me. From there, they work down on this bit, and I mean, they should have probably taken the capital by now. So they take that, and in the peace treaty, full annexation into the Indian superstate. Lovely stuff. Now, theoretically, at this point, India would just invade Pakistan. You know, India is, in pretty much every single way, stronger than Pakistan. It's a bigger country, better economy, better military. Pakistan's military isn't anything to be scoffed at, however. More land, more people. Probably, is it better HDI? I'm not sure. Just India's population is so big. GDP per capita is another thing. I don't know who's better at that. It might be India though, just because of their economic growth and the people living in cool cities and things. However, the problem is there's an alliance led by Pakistan. So let's grab a cool looking color, shall we? What's a nice looking green? There you go. It's good enough. I'll do that. We could make it purple, couldn't we? I don't know. I want to make it. The number of colors will be cool for this. Would this be good? I do like that color. Either way, Pakistan. I want to see this. Yeah, Pakistan and China have formed an alliance, and that's not good. You're in danger, mate. They also bring in Laos, because why not? And along with North Korea. Anyway, other things that happen in the world. Pakistan invades Afghanistan. And Pakistan wins because they're not an empire. So that's cool. It's just the graveyard of relatively strong countries. So, well, it's not the graveyard of relatively strong countries, that's what I'm getting at. So Pakistan's fine. India, however, is also going to do an invasion, and that is into Thailand, a country who's been invaded like once in this series. In a total of 5 episodes, they've only been invaded once. Yeah, they joined with the Japanese Empire last time, and I think the Chinese were the ones who attacked them. Anyway, the Indians have a lot of troops stationed in this weird bit over here, so they just separate off the Thai troops over there, take Bangkok really easily. From here they reach the border of Cambodia, which gives China a slight heart attack. They take the southern bit, because Cambodia is a Chinese ally that they're trying to get to turn communist. And from here, and how about Laos also invades? For no particular reason, the Chinese convince the Laos. Oh no, Leo. The people of Laos to invade the country of Thailand and take a remaining part of jungle, probably. So that's nice, isn't it? Great. So India loses out on some random land that's probably not too great, and Laos just loses a load of people. There's a load of landmines in Laos anyway, so it probably caused them more damage than was really worth it. Anyhow, India's got some land from this, and made the borders slightly more exciting. And China's like, I did a good thing today. But where does India go from here? There's not a whole load of places they can go from here, because they can't go west, and they certainly can't go north. So they're going to continue going down into Malaysia, as they decide to team up with Indonesia to fight against the Malaysians. Yeah. So we have the Indians moving into this bit, whilst the Malaysians take out areas of Borneo that they want. So, all in all, Malaysia's not winning this war. Like the 33rd economy, that's pretty good to be fair. However, these two are both in the top 20, and also there's 2 of them, which is more than one of them, in which there's only one of you. So yeah, I mean this isn't a long scale sort of like friendship between Indonesia and India. It's just like we'll work together to take out Malaysia, because India just didn't care about this Borneo stuff. I mean, it wouldn't be the worst things to get, but like, it doesn't matter. Might as well not make Indonesia hate you. So, from here, where does India go? Africa. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, India will start its invasion into Africa. Where do they go, however? How about Tanzania? Now, Tanzania. I thought your capital was Dar es Salaam, but apparently it's not. Apparently it's somewhere else, and that somewhere else is completely unknown to me. So, it doesn't exist. It's a void. Anyway, India is going to lead an invasion into Tanzania, who apparently has no capital city. They were in the midst of changing it, and at the moment they have none. That's crazy. Yeah, am I stupid or colorblind? Probably both. Anyway, so they make their way over to Lake Malawi, and they link up with that, which does absolutely nothing different, but oh well. And the war, I mean, it's a bit slow, but also it's Tanzania, so you're gonna win this. Tanzania is a relatively strong country compared to African nations, however, comparative to the 5th strongest economy in the world. Although, how strong is Japan? Japan is in possession of about $4 trillion, whilst India has 3.8. So yeah, India's probably overtaken Japan at this point. So they're probably in number 4. I could find it out. However, I do not get it. Because, I mean, we could add it up, couldn't we? Uh-oh, maths. I actually got, whatever it was, I got 80% on my maths tests. So, you know, I did well on maths. I mean, that's crazy. Because my last maths test, I got 70%. So can we just keep on exponentially increasing by 10%? I would love that. Anyway, give me 10%, because of course 10% is 70% is not 10. Who cares? Shut up. I can't find Thailand on this list. 5.2 billion, as in, not 5.2 billion, $520 billion, which, yeah, I think that takes you above Japan, so just Thailand in itself is strong enough. Anyway, from here, India's going to be declaring war on all of these countries, because, you know, they don't have fun in your life. They have a load of troops stationed up here already, because they went from this bit to this bit. So Rwanda and Burundi are easily destroyed without really any bloodshed, which is nice for these guys, because there's been a lot of bloodshed in this region. From here, they'll continue around Lake Victoria, taking land from Uganda and Kenya. They feel a bit betrayed, because I'm pretty sure they're good trade partners with India, but also Imperial India. The Raj returns. Good title to this video. Anyway, it's not really a Raj, because it's not British. Anyway, this thing is going to move out towards Nairobi and take that. There's also Mombasa on the coast, and they take that too. For linking up these front lines, from here, yeah, they're just gonna take the rest of it. And in the peace treaty, can you guess what happens? Because I know I can. It's full annexation into the Indian Empire. Apparently, there's 2 different colours of brown that we've got. What's going on? Alright, cool, yeah, India, stronger. Let's go. I mean, it doesn't make them that much stronger, but territorially, and the population's nice as well. So, good for the Indian Empire. From here, there's not a huge amount more places they really want to go to. Huge amount of places they really want to go to in Africa, but they do have some more destinations. So they're going to be moving down to Mozambique. A bit of Tanzania actually got given to Mozambique following World War I, which I think I probably talked about in a previous episode, or just imagined doing. Anyway, who cares? Yeah, that was because the Portuguese needed to get compensated for joining World War I, so they took stuff out of German Tanzania, which then became British Tanzania, to give to the Portuguese, but it's like one province, like this. Anyway, India wants this stuff. So they're also going to be declaring war on Malawi, because they want the lakes as well, apparently. Malawi used to be called Nyasaland. Another fun fact. Indian troops really quickly take down Malawi, because Malawi was not expecting it, and declared war on Mozambique first, and then nothing happened. From here, they cut off these areas of Mozambique, and that's not good. And pretty quickly Mozambique falls apart, and probably falls into another socialist revolution, because I think that happened in this country. Pretty soon there's just the southern bit left, and yeah, it doesn't take too long before the Indian Empire captures all of that. And they're doing pretty well at this east coast of Africa thing, which is cool. Yeah. However, they have made themselves a couple enemies within this region. Enemy number 1, Madagascar. Enemy number 2, Somalia. Enemy number 3, Yemen. Why are there loads of dots in Somalia? What's going on here? What was in Somalia? I'm confused. Anyway, India needs to get themselves some allies. So how about we do that, India? About South Korea, Taiwan. Who else wants to be a friend of India? I don't know. Ethiopia. That's a good friend. You can pick yourself up with. Pick up. However, that does cause Eritrea to join this alliance because they don't like the Ethiopians. And is that it? Probably, maybe. I'm unsure, you know. These videos are partially made up on the fly. I'll admit it. Not entirely planned. I did know about this stuff, but I was kind of unsure about what I'd do in East Africa. Anyway, does India want some more allies? I think probably we'll add Vietnam to this list, because Laos has just annexed Cambodia. And this is incredible for Laos, because they are not strong at all. So it's effectively China just annexed Cambodia. So why does so much war happen in this area? Like every single episode. 4 out of the 5 episodes, war has been happening in Vietnam. Indochina, just stop it. I mean, dead, come on, man. So how about we dot about some capital city? What are you now? Oh no, capital, yeah, I do mean capital cities. Cool. Islamabad, Beijing, Pyongyang, Seoul, Taipei, Hanoi, Vientiane, Addis Ababa. I don't know. You don't have one. You're moving it. I don't know. I don't know either. I'd probably find that out. Shouldn't. Antananarivo. There you go. Who cares about these guys? I don't care. No. Anyway, India is going to try and outposition these people by making an invasion into Oman. Oman. Now, they have an exclave up here, but it's not on this map apparently. And their capital is in fact in Muscat, which is over here. So the Indians are going to be landing in Muscat. And that's not good for these guys. It goes pretty quickly, with naval invasions happening all across the coast, and the Chinese unable to force Yemen to attack Oman. Yeah, India just takes this place really easily. So that's good. And we're nearly the end of India's huge warpath, with the final bit being UAE, and just win. I mean, UAE would definitely put up more of a fight. However, I don't care. They just win. Looking at the other members of this alliance, we have China and the Pakistani Empire declaring war on Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan and dividing them up between the two countries. Lovely stuff. And yeah, I think we're about ready for our war scenario. Let's get started. India and Pakistan beefing. They knew this was coming, and they're going to go to war. You knew that was going as well. I should be able to. I did. Stop trying to sound so dramatic with that. Basically, Vietnam, you're screwed, mate. You are not winning this one. The Chinese and the Laotians easily take the capital, and from here we have the Laotian troops pushing around the southern areas towards that random city. Saigon, yeah. Taiwan manages to defend, and over here in South Korea actually takes some land from these guys. So that's good of them. Over here in Pakistan, and across the Himalayas, we have the Indians pushing into Chinese Tibet, because the Tibetans actually want to join with these guys. We also have the Indians moving into Laos and taking a lot of land from them, as well as into Cambodia, and destroying the Laotian defense down here. So that was nice. Haven't quite met up with Vietnam, however, because we can't really, see there's a lot of Chinese troops in this area. But Vietnam does get this land back, so that's nice. I actually would probably like to change this color. Let's make it. Yeah, your alliance is going to be this color now. I'm going to change that color. I know what I just said. However, I would like to change it again. Because I am very... I don't know. I like changing my mind sometimes. And also, the dark red just wasn't... Well, it's not brown, is it? Anyway, over here in the Horn of Africa, where we also seem to have had a lot of war in this series, Ethiopia is destroying their enemies. Somaliland is back, and we have the Ethiopians and the Indian East Indies Company. Yeah. But different. Well, they take all this stuff. Ethiopia does not care about Somaliland, and as for Yemen, that's down. The East India Company is going to invade. That's not East India, it's East Africa, but it's like they're doing some stuff on the east coast. Well, they move into Madagascar, an incredibly poor nation, and take Antananarivo with ease. And here they take the north coast, and they'll gradually work down on taking the remainder of this stuff. Also, I'm pretty sure like South Korea owns a load of the arable land in Madagascar, so yeah, they've probably just gone, boom, no more agriculture, and put these guys into like a horrible situation. So that's good. Yeah, we go with Laos. As for Laos, you're done. All this southern stuff is ripped away from them. Most of the Vietnamese taking Hainan. Along with this, we have the freedom for a city up here and for this area. And that leads to a pretty huge invasion into Sichuan, Yunnan province, I don't know, this bit over here. Over here in the north, however, the Pakistanis have launched an invasion into, what was it called? Textile sounding Kashmir, and another bit beginning with the letter T. However, in the south, the Indians have taken Karachi, which is definitely not good, because Karachi is very important to Pakistan. It's very important to Pakistan. It's one of the most populous cities in the entire world. It's a mega city. The Indians also continued to the mountainous borders over here. However, we have China pushing back the Indian defense over in this area, which is not good if you're India, because China's about to start really invading you. This was actually probably one of the most close ones we've ever had, like an end of episode war. Because I mean, China just blitzed straight through the Himalayas. I mean, not literally, but they kind of did. But it's like, oh, we're in a plane, so it doesn't really count. You know, they've made it across the Himalayas, and they're now making their way across the rivers, and it's not looking good for the Indians, who are actually assaulting Pakistan. So there you go. Islamabad is pretty well defended. I mean, naturally, and just like there's a lot of people there, because there's a lot of people in Pakistan. So the Indians are kind of thinking, what if we got ourselves a couple friends? Unfortunate thing is, there's not a whole lot more people they can really get to join this war. And like Iran, you're allied with these guys. Mongolia, no. Russia, not really. They don't want to. China supplies them a lot. Kazakhstan, you're a Russian satellite state. These guys, maybe. Japan, what's the point? Yeah, there's not a whole load more people that can really get involved in this war. However, not going great for the North Koreans, because South Korea is just taking a lot of your stuff, and that means the Chinese have to redirect their forces, which then means, yeah, a whole load of southern China, unrealistically, folds over. So that's not good for the Chinese. However, they do manage to make a pushback against the South Korean forces over here in North Korea. So that's nice. The Taiwanese forces recapture Macau and Hong Kong. Hong Kong is still pretty strong. It's like an entire Hong Kong Olympics team. However, Macau's not doing great. We have more Chinese and Pakistani forces moving closer towards New Delhi, and we also have revolts appearing in Sri Lanka. That's not good. And also Pakistani-backed revolts happening over here in Myanmar. So yeah, the Raj was not popular in India apparently. Not India, but like the Indian subcontinent area. We're drawing parallels to real life. Great stuff. India will continue their stalwart advance into Pakistan, and they're making their way towards Islamabad, which is good. However, yeah, New Delhi is threatened like crazy. And unfortunately, that threat means, well, the Islamic rebels within Myanmar just took a lot of stuff, and that's not good at all. This kind of results in these guys going slightly rogue, but they're going to continue doing whatever they're doing. It's like some weird Greater Thailand state, but they get brief sort of weird independence autonomy. Anyway, the reason why they're doing so well over here in invading southern China is because South Korea is not doing very well against North Korea anymore. Yeah. So basically, Chinese forces just went, move away, North Korea. Let me solve all your problems. And they recaptured all of this stuff. Well, not recaptured, they just full-on captured it. This war's becoming very bloody. We've got lots of African and Arabian troops making their way over towards this area, and the entire coast of Pakistan's taken, which is cool. However, you know what's not cool? Your capital being taken. Luckily Mumbai exists, so they've already moved a lot of stuff over to Mumbai. However, you know what else is not cool? Bengal revolting. Another creation of Bengal, Pakistan. Or Bangladesh, Pakistan. Pakistan, Bangladesh, I don't know what it's called. We do have some troops who are trapped in this area, and I mean, by trapped I mean, well, you're not trapped. They make a break for it into these Chinese mountains over here, which is cool. However, yeah, you are trapped now, so that's no good. And southern India is actually being invaded by the Sri Lankan rebels. Not for that long though, so India kind of just comes back. There's actually quite a lot of these Thai troops who seem to have some loyalty to India, and they retake this. That's nice and I suppose. However, you know what's not nice? All of this falling over to them, along with this. That's really not nice. Africa is not causing many problems, so like there's a whole lot of people leaving Africa. But yeah, India is not doing amazingly in this war, and potentially we might have our first main country loss. However, I feel like just because I'm saying that, we probably won't. Moving over here to South Korea though, they're gone. Oopsie. However, yeah, it has cost China quite a lot to let these guys get on. The North Koreans capture South Korea. Yeah, you've lost a lot of land, mate. And unfortunately, China's about to lose a whole lot more land, because the Tibetans rise up in rebellion against the Chinese state. I don't know quite what Tibet looks like, as in the country, or province, or whatever. Yeah, well, it's rising up, and that's not good, because Tibetan sympathizers and followers will appear all in this area, and you guess who was working over here? A load of the supply lines, which were helping out this region. I mean, you don't really need them, however. Yeah, a lot of this just got recaptured. They managed to link up this area. The Myanmar front has just fallen over, and the Himalayas has been taken back. We still have a few Pakistani areas, and not too long, the Bengali rebels are annihilated. Pakistan, it's not going well for you, man. Have the Pakistani fronts completely falling over, and with their recapturing, and troops making their way over to Kyrgyzstan, which then rebels away itself. Good for Kyrgyzstan. Yeah, China is kind of feeling like, oh, maybe we should stop. Maybe we should leave Pakistan to this by themselves. Because to be honest, this is really not going well for us. So China will concede their losses, and yeah, North Korea is still in this war, which then means, guess who's back? Back again. South Korea. And South Korea makes a really good invasion into North Korea. And from here, how about we look at a peace treaty? So, first of all, Thailand is re-annexed into India, which the Indians are very pleased about, because they were worried they wouldn't be able to re-annex them. Because, I mean, Thailand was quite enjoying this new statehood they had achieved. Why don't I have to rub out the capital city? I mean, it's not going to matter, because this is the end of the scenario, and the Indians actually won. And it was entirely down to Tibet wanting to join India. So, if that hadn't happened, yeah, India would have probably lost. Or at least the peace treaty wouldn't have been a win, even like a compromise. So we can resolve more issues. Let's draw a new border for Kashmir, because borders in Kashmir always look great. Right, for these guys, you're going to be annexing all of this stuff. As for the Indians, you'll receive this bit. Lovely stuff. Vietnam, you've been in so many of these scenarios. Like, we don't even need a Vietnamese Empire scenario. We can just accumulate all the ones we've done already. This time you actually won. Like in the American one, you got invaded. Chinese one, you were invaded by the Chinese. In the German one, nothing happened to you. And in the Japanese one, you were invaded by the Japanese. So kind of hats off for you guys. Hats off to you guys for actually winning and not getting annihilated by the colonial power. Well done. Probably won't happen all that much. So we've got the Philippines, we've got Thailand. I don't know how I'm going to do like a Laos and Cambodia video. I think they're just going to have to lose, to be honest. They're just not going to win in that. Anyway, this video has somehow gone on longer than I thought it would. How could this have happened? I've talked far too much. So India is going to steal away quite a lot of land from Pakistan. They also have the creation of a new Afghan state, which looks something like this. I didn't make those borders. You imagined it. Afghanistan, to be honest, actually probably Indian puppet state. I'm not gonna lie. Afghanistan, there's some issues with this country, and India is going to try and fix them. So that's good for them. As for Tajikistan, you get your independence. As for Pakistan, you look horrible. I hate how this looks. This is just terrible stuff. India's going to take a lot of southern Pakistan, like most of Pakistan apparently. To be fair, I think lots of Afghanistan, so I might give Pakistan some more land. You know, oh my god. If you don't mind, let's just, please just stop making these borders look so bad. There we go, that is slightly more acceptable. I mean, it's not, I don't like it entirely. But there you go, that's how peace treaties work. This is now a new Indian puppet state. Pakistan is now an Indian puppet regime. They are not loving this. You've got the worst cricket players in the world employed in your cricket team. Let me tell you, the Indians are going to use the controlling of your country to win cricket matches. Also, hopefully better your state as well, but maybe not. These borders are truly some of the most horrific things I've ever made in my life. As for you guys, you're just going to get your independence. Tibet ends up looking something like this. I don't care about you guys. You do whatever. You're probably going to appear in a lot of videos in Asia, because it's a great way to beat China. Cause Tibet to exist. Korea has united the entire Korean peninsula. We've only had that once, and that was in the Chinese video where North Korea managed to unite it. This is all the areas they could potentially get in the peace treaty from China, so I just want to make these borders nice. India will receive all of this stuff. We have the Vietnamese getting something like this, and as for Taiwan, it's something like this, along with a new Hong Kong state. Boom, boom, boom. You take Hainan. Southeast Asia has been divided once again. Literally every single video. I feel like there's just a lot of strong Asian countries, like 3 out of 5, like 60% of our countries have been in Asia. However, the next 3 will be European, followed by South America, North America, and Europe. Nice, and we have one more destination to go, and that is, of course, this area, Africa. Yippee, I remembered it. Totally. Oh yeah, Madagascar, you were meant to collapse, weren't you? Anyway, you can do that now. So the East Africa Company, EAC, which is actually the name of the East African Confederation. Yeah, so the Indian East African thing. Yeah, they take Madagascar and Jubaland, which was part of Kenya a while ago. A pretty long time ago. However, you know, they take that. India also manages to annex Yemen, and here is our new map. I'm not sure I've done a good thing today. But there you go. You know, Indian Empire, I tried my best. I think it looks alright, really. I mean, it doesn't look great. But we tried. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it. And I will see you again next time. Goodbye. That sounded a bit strange. Anyway, goodbye.